Hello and welcome. Thank you, as always, for listening, for joining us, for tuning in. Even though you're not tuning in, you're hitting play. But thank you for hitting play on whatever platform you are listening to us on. My name is Juan, and I am here with Kevin
What?
Sans Mark. It is just Kevin and I for this special edition of We Like Movies slash We Like Trailers. Kevin, I think I heard you were going to say something and I cut you off rudely, but
I
go
was
ahead
just,
and say
I was just
hello.
gonna say hello, buenvenidos. That's all.
Okay, excellent. So yeah, as I mentioned, this is sort of we're doing a little bit more content, bonus episodes, special episodes, whatever you want to call them. And so on this one, Kevin and I got together and decided that, well, he suggested maybe looking at some trailers that have recently come out. And so we're going to do that. I will let Kevin kind of introduce each one of these, and then we are going to watch them and then afterward, we will talk about them, share our thoughts and reactions, and that should be it.
All right, just letting everyone know. By the way, we will link all the links to the videos for the trailers in the description, so they can go and watch it also and enjoy this. Because first up for your listening pleasure and viewing pleasure would be the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem trailer.
Correct. And anyone who has listened to the podcast, especially, I want to say, I don't know if it was our 2022 episode or I can't remember what the other one. Oh, just we like talking
We
was the
like
name
talking, yeah.
of the other episode. That was the one where Kevin and I shared about our love for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the original movie, and other content beyond that included for me the cartoon from when I was a kid. But anyway, you set, Kevin?
Yeah, I'm set. I'm
I,
sitting up and forward.
I got it pulled up, so I will now hit play. Okay, that was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem, um, which will release sometime this year.
August, I believe it said.
August. Okay, I wasn't paying attention that much, I guess. And I will say it's a teaser, so it's a teaser trailer, not quite a what would you call the other, like a full version,
A
a
full
full
blown.
trailer. Yeah. So it's a teaser.
To the moose
Um,
boosh.
And yeah, so Kevin, why don't you give us your reaction first?
There's three things I noticed right off the bat. One, they actually come off as like adolescent teenagers. I
Hmm.
like that. Two, it looks like it's like they were heavily influenced maybe by Into the Spider Verse
Yeah,
because it does look stylized. And three, give me that Splinter with an afro thing that we saw for like 2 seconds.
dude, that was definitely an afro,
Yeah, I was like, whoa.
or actually, it might have been a Jerry curl.
Yeah, like I don't know what because it was so quick. But I was like, oh, okay. I'm like, I want to see some more of that.
Yeah, yeah. No, I definitely. That was one of the things that immediately caught my attention was the similarity with the animation style to Into the Spider Verse, and who knows? I mean, obviously we haven't delved that deep into the information of the film yet, but it could have been the same animation studio. But yeah, which I mean, for me, that pleases me because Into the Spider Verse was incredible.
Yeah.
Um, things that caught my attention were, yeah, I like the angle that they're going with as far as them being. As I was thinking about this, I did watch this one previously, almost accidentally. But they've always been teenagers, but in previous versions, they've seemed more like, 17, 18-year-old teenagers. In this one, they really seem like 12, 13-year-olds, which is good. I mean, and there's definitely some funny parts, even in the teaser. Um, Three that come to mind are Michelangelo holding that watermelon above his head that looks just like his head. And they're filming that, so they're like trying to be social media influencers. So it's very 2023. And then what is that? It's called a spade, right?
Oh no, the sigh.
The sigh. That's
To the
what it is.
thigh.
It was this yeah, the side of the thigh, and then obviously the dialogue there about the ooze
Yeah.
is really funny. Not sure I like the direction they went with April. I'm sure that's who that was there.
That's what I don't like. I don't know why they made her like. She seems like she was a kid too.
Yeah, that's true. Right. um, and which is an odd choice if that is the case. But the other thing that kind of, I don't know, I noticed it this time, and it may not be so, but it kind of seems like I didn't see each of the unique personalities. They kind of all sounded and kind of all acted the same, where like Donatello's kind of a nerdier, or Leonardo, they're kind of a little bit more serious. Maybe Leonardo more than Donatello. Donatello is just really smart. But then like in the original movie, how Raphael was so kind of bitter and resentful and
More
dark,
gruff.
and
Yeah.
yeah. I didn't see, does that make sense? Like I didn't
No,
really see those individual personalities kind of come out in the
yeah.
teaser.
I think like I think it had a little bit of it, like 'cause that's why Donatello had like the phone or the camera or the tablet. Raphael was like, "Hey, nothing we can do. Let's go." But I do see what you mean because they all just seem like they're kids,
Yeah.
and there's nothing that really separates them except their different colored bandanas.
Yeah, it kind of seems that way, but I mean, it's just a teaser. It'll be interesting to see what the actual story is, who the bad guys are, and what the actual conflict that they face is going to be.
And I think what would be a cool angle is if they want to do sequels and everything, if like the storyline is, well, how does Raphael go from being this like fun-loving kid to being this gruff older turtle?
Yeah,
And how's Donatello, just dive into electronics?
yeah.
Leonardo, with the bearing of his responsibilities and all that.
Raphael's gonna walk in on Splinter having sex with a rat hooker, and that's gonna
I
haunt him for life.
thought you were gonna say it's like some strange little otter that wandered in. They took it.
Yeah, definitely weirder. But yeah, like I'm assuming Shredder's gonna be in it, right? That's probably to be expected.
I do know Rocksteady and Bebop. I think John Cena's voicing Rocksteady.
I saw John Cena. I saw Jackie Chan as a voice.
I think he's gonna be Splinter.
And so yeah, will the Foot Clan, make an appearance? Will Casey Jones,
Casey.
make an appearance? Let me see if I can fast forward to that last page to see.
No, you do assume with the title Mutant Mayhem that there's gonna be a lot more mutants. Oh, look at that Ice Cube.
Ice Cube, Post Malone.
He's got to be Bebop, by the way.
Rose Byrne, Maya Rudolph,
Paul
Rudd, Giancarlo Esposito for the Breaking Bad fans out there. Nicholas Cantu, I know that name, but I can't think of who that is. Hannibal Buress. So some big names here that'll be voicing some characters. I will say for me, just because I don't go to the movies that often anymore, I don't know that I will go see this one. It just depends how things shake up around that time in my life. That's actually when my second child is supposed to be born. So
what better way to celebrate?
yeah, but that would be the only thing that would stop me. Outside of that, I would say that this would definitely be a movie, unless the next trailers that come out kind of ruin it, and then I lose some of my desire to see it, or they give away too much or whatever. I would probably go out and see this otherwise.
All right. By the way, Nicholas Cantu. Cantu, sorry, he's in the Fablemans
Okay.
and The Walking Dead World Beyond. I think that's the biggest. The Rookie, nothing else really big.
Still doesn't help me.
The Good Place. I don't think you've ever watched that.
Oh, I did watch an episode of that. Did he play the love interest?
He's a kid. That's all I know.
No, I don't know who that is.
Oh no, but he's definitely voicing one of the turtles because this kid, he's a young dude.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Cool. Well, I guess the last comment on it before we click off of it is, written by Seth Rogen. What does it say about him? The
a permanent teenager.
Permanent teenager, Seth Rogen.
Did he write it, or I know he's producing it?
Oh, really? I thought he had a hand in writing it, but maybe not.
This is the part where a research department should come in, but.
Well, you bite your tongue because I do research, but this was more spur of the moment.
Well, no, I'm not saying you don't. I'm just saying a research department could. Let me see. It was written by. I'm on the Wikipedia page. That shows me nothing. Let me see. It's screenplay by Brendan O'Brien.
Oh, okay, never heard of that guy.
But it's basically Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg
producing.
Are the ones in charge of
Who's directing?
A gentleman by the name, you may have heard of him, Jeff Rowe.
Jeff Rowe, have you heard of him?
No, I really have. But he did direct. Oh no, he didn't direct. He was the writer for The Mitchells versus the Machines.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I did read that.
Yeah, and then he was a writer on Gravity Falls, which my kids love.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's basically his big things.
Yeah, man. I mean, my fantasy is to see the Turtles get another treatment like they did with the original film in the 80s, where it's live action, it's awesome costumes, and it's really well done, really great story. It's what they deserve. But until then, I feel like this might be the next best thing. Definitely better looking than that Michael Bay atrocity.
Yeah, like the first one
a few years ago.
My kids loved it, but they also had a computer animated movie that was really good. That came out a while ago.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I think I know what you're talking. It was also like I don't know.
It was in that same universe as the live action movies.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, but listen, book it. August. Your kid's born. I go visit you at the hospital. We go watch this movie.
Well, that's probably not going to happen. But are you going to take the girls?
Yeah, definitely. Like, they're dying to see. They love all things Ninja Turtles.
All right. So good teaser trailer.
Little fun fact, by the way. I just got a late birthday present from a good friend of mine, Andy. And he got me a gigantic pop Michelangelo Ninja Turtle. So it ties right in with this little trailer bit that we saw.
He doesn't know you well enough to know that that's not your favorite Ninja Turtle.
Yeah. Hey, at least I didn't pull the it's not Leonardo. I was like, awesome. You know what? I like them all. I'll take Mikey.
I thought Raphael was your favorite.
No, Leonardo's my favorite. But when we watched the movie, for some reason, all you guys said, "Oh, you're Raphael," and I was like, "Okay, I'm Leonardo."
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that clears that up. All right. Next trailer. That Kevin has selected for us to watch is the final, right? The
final trailer,
the closing chapter in the John Wick saga.
Wait. It's not.
What? Hello.
Juan, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, what were you saying?
Oh, I'm saying it's not the final chapter in the John Wick story. This is the final trailer for chapter 4.
Oh, good lord! I thought this was the end of the saga.
No, that's why if you look, it says chapter 4, final trailer. It
Okay.
depends. If it makes money, they'll be back for more.
Yeah, for sure. All right, I'm clicking on it now.
Also, little facts for the people out there. This is my 5-year-old's favorite movie series at the moment.
Okay. All right, clicking on it now. Okay, that was John Wick Chapter 4. Oh my goodness!
Final trailer.
Sorry. Final trailer for John Wick Chapter 4. Not sure if you know this, Kevin, but that song that was playing is a hip hop remix of the opening theme song for The Sopranos.
I would not have known that at all.
And yeah, we saw John Wick shooting a lot of people in a lot of different ways. Muscle cars are back. I know those were missing from chapter 3, and also John Wick on horseback. Kevin, your thoughts?
When I was watching, I'm like, all right, this is just what John Wick, like what we expect from John Wick. I'm interested to see how they make it because I've liked all the movies. They threw a man into a car though, and I thought that was pretty awesome. I was like watching, I'm like, what just happened? I was like, the guy just flipped right into a car. It's gonna be fun. I think it's gonna be a light story. Like all the John Wicks just have a small little storyline that feeds through them, and I think it works. It's fun action. It doesn't get repetitive, and hopefully this one follows suit, and it just pushes the movie slightly forward. The story.
Yeah, that's a good description. Pushes the story slightly forward. Yeah, no, I mean it is. It looks like it's going to deliver as promised. As a John Wick movie that Kevin, you turned me on to it, and then I quickly watched all 3, and they're good. I mean, yeah, they're kind of mindless action. Keanu Reeves does a great job. Not much acting required, but he's a great action star. And it's a decent enough world, that they've created with this high table, right, and this sort of underground global crime syndicate, or a partnership. So yeah, this looks good. I mean, I'm definitely gonna watch it.
Question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard about them expanding the John Wick universe?
No, I haven't.
The 2 spin-offs that I know, they're filming The Ballerina with Ana de Armas.
Okay.
Being like a female assassin in their world. And then there's a prequel called The Continental. That's supposed to be a series that's coming out.
Okay.
They're supposed to take place, like 50 years ago, whatever, and how Winston came to be in charge of the Continental.
Oh, that'll be interesting. Well, speaking of Winston, I mean, that was like one of the biggest cliffhangers that the series has had, which is that Winston betrayed. As far as we know, Winston betrayed John Wick at the end of chapter 3. And in this one, they, for all intents and purposes, kind of appear to be on somewhat agreeable terms. But I could be wrong about that. But it'll be interesting to see how that unfolds.
I think Winston's always a man with a plan, and I think he catches a bullet in this movie.
Ooh, okay.
I do think I think John Wick's like, all right, this is the way we could get through. He probably says, hey, this is what I had to do. My life was on the line. Okay, cool. And at the end, boom, because you don't cross John Wick.
Yeah. Well, certainly the Arc de Arc de Triomphe, right? I think is what that's called. That French avenue
Okay, yeah.
um, it definitely seems, if that's not the climax, it definitely seems like it's going to be an amazing scene because there's a ton of traffic and motorcycles, and he's standing in the middle of the street shooting people down. It looks awesome.
Yeah, and then I know there's a part where he fights I don't know, I forgot who the guy is he's fighting with the sword, and they're shooting each other and blocking. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. If you're gonna go see John Wick, you know what by part four, you know what you're gonna get, and I don't feel like I'm gonna be disappointed.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, Now, the one thing that bothered me after John Wick, after the first one,
All right.
it I don't know, some of the people, some of the actors that started popping up in the movie, kind of it took me out of the submersion in the story a little bit. So I think that kind of hurt it. I mean,
Like the more
it
famous people.
yeah, like I think it was in part two it was either in part two or part three where he's in a library and the freaking basketball player Boban, um, 7 foot something guy, like he starts fighting him. I mean, it reminds me of Bond villains, who were like tall or big or, had
Yeah.
these particular physical qualities. So in that sense, it was cool, but it was like, I know he's a basketball player. So I'm
Yeah.
like, is he in here because he makes a good villain or because he was like, hey, I'm big fan. Can I be in movie? That, and then there were a few others, and like even in this one, you see the guy that played it. I think he's Alexander Skarsgård's brother.
Oh,
Um, he's the guy that's playing chess with him there
all
at
right.
the high table, and
The,
then
the guy he
Halle,
has to fight. Yeah.
yeah, Halle Berry was in the last one, and
Yeah.
so like all of a sudden, you know, these names started popping into it, and on one hand, it is probably because they're fans, right? And they're like, oh, um, but yeah, it kind of takes me. As soon as that started happening, it had that effect of kind of taking me out of the story a little bit because I knew who these people were, and
Yeah.
so
Yeah, 'cause I can
that's
understand because like the first one, like since it has like almost nobody in it,
hmm
it feels like it's removed from Hollywood.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like we're watching just a fun movie, fun story. Yeah, it has Keanu, it had the guy who plays Winston and some other
yeah,
people, but they're not big names, so it seems like it's like if Hollywood was an avenue, it's on a side street. But now it feels like it's on the main street.
yeah. Or it feels like we've done a couple movies on the podcast that are like foreign films, but they're really well done.
Yeah,
That they almost feel like a Hollywood movie,
yeah,
and that's kind of what the first one was like, and it was awesome. So it was like discovering this movie that was just really well done, but it didn't have all this money behind it, or it didn't have, this popularity or this hype. And clearly that grew and grew, and then it was like everybody wants a piece of it. And yeah, not it's still a good movie. I still enjoy it, but as far as just that one factor and that one aspect of like just being immersed in this world,
yeah.
it just takes me out of it a little bit.
You know, now that you brought that up, for some reason I just thought about this. Like, have you ever seen the Rambo trilogy?
I
Or
have.
however many they have, but
Been a long
the
time, but yeah.
let's think about the trilogy. Like the first Blood is such a different movie than the other movies.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about it, I'm like John Wick 1 is so good because it's about this man getting vengeance for what happened, for the puppy and his wife died and he took away my right to grieve or whatever. And it feels like the next two movies went away from that. It's not about his grieving anymore. It's hey, I'm just trying to stay alive. We become action movies. They're still good, but I do feel like that it has shifted a little bit, and it might
Yeah.
be because of that Hollywoodization of
Yeah.
of the movies.
Yeah, you're right. It kind of no longer became about him and the character and what happened to the character. Now it expanded beyond that.
Yeah, now he's
But
just trying to stay alive.
to me, there still hasn't been a scene in the movies that has topped the just the impact and the feel and just the aesthetic and just how cool the scene was in the first one when he's in that like Russian club in the circle.
Okay.
Where they have the pools too.
Yeah.
And he's going through there and the lights and then that song plays. For me, that's been the best scene in all the movies, and they've yet to top that. So we'll see if this one can do it. So are you in let's see, 5 years old?
Are you gonna ask if all my daughters are, if I'm taking my girls to see this in the theater?
Yeah, are you guys going to see it in theaters?
And yes, and Willow's the 5-year-old.
Yeah.
Yes, they're dying to see this in theaters. They have it circled on their calendar, and they keep asking me if it's come out yet. I'm like, it's not the date yet.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, I will probably go see this in theaters only because I've watched the first 3 and become a fan of them, and so I feel like I have to watch one of them in theaters. And I may just make my wife come on a date night and watch this with me, and see what she thinks.
And it's the same thing. That's why I took them to go see Avatar: Way of the Water on the big screen. I'm like, we got to watch it on the big screen. It's just a different experience.
Mm-hmm.
My 5-year-old will sit on my lap with a tub of popcorn and love every moment of this.
Yeah. All right, 2 for 2 so far. Two good ones.
Let's break that streak. No, I'm just kidding.
You want to say what the third one is?
All right, the next one we are about to review trailer is the movie Elemental from Pixar.
Sorry, the John Wick movie I think comes out this weekend, right? Or soon. I think they just had their German premiere.
Yeah, I think it's the 20. I gotta see what dates. Okay. 20 something. Maybe the 24th.
Oh yeah, it says it right here, March 24th.
Okay.
So March 24th, and now Elemental. While I pull it up, you can pull up when this is.
The girls will be on spring break,
Mm-hmm.
so we will probably go catch a matinee viewing of John Wick.
That sounds like a great day. Great start to the day.
A great daughter's daddy date.
Yeah. All right, pulling it up right now.
And then Elemental, by the way, since you were asking, releases June 16th, 2023.
All right, June 16th, 2023. Elemental from Disney/Pixar. Here we go. Kevin, this is not a trailer. This is a teaser, man.
Hey, man, that's all we had. That's all I had for it. It's a minute and a half. That's what we got for Ninja Turtles.
All right. Yeah, I'm not sold. I'm not sold on this. Not with this teaser.
I'll tell you, I don't know what it's about except a guy met a girl.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you're listening to this, definitely go and check it. And again, we're gonna link to the videos so you can see them yourself. Yeah, hard to know what this is about. I mean,
it looked pretty.
It looked pretty, although there was nothing that really excited me about the world that this appears to be in. But my main problem as I was watching this is that it's like they are going back to, like, there's a formula that they stumbled upon with Inside Out, and they try to revisit in some way with Soul, and now they're doing it with Elemental, if that makes sense. It just kind of seems like there's a thread, where I'm not going to be able to find the word, but they're trying to take these sort of
metaphysical
yeah, exactly,
concepts.
Metaphysical, abstract, even philosophical sort of concepts and just trying to put them into this format. Um, and even already, I mean, we can talk about Soul. Wasn't very good. Inside Out was awesome,
Yeah.
but I don't know if you get that sense, but it just feels like, kind of going back to the well.
It does. Like, my whole thing about it, it's sort of like what the problem with Soul was. Like, I didn't think it was that bad. It was better than what I thought it was going to be because I didn't want to watch it. It was okay, but it's nothing really happens. Like, there's no adventure. You know what I mean? Like, at least in Inside Out, Joy and Sadness, they were going on that little adventure while Riley was going on her adventure. It doesn't really seem like there's much that happens in Soul. And I'm hoping, at least like I said, maybe this is just how they meet, and there is some story behind it. But I feel like, yeah, like I agree with you. Pixar hasn't been, since I don't know, it's Disney's effect, but they haven't been putting out the best quality adventure like stories. That their narratives have been lacking. Yeah, I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. It's silly because it almost seems like Pixar has run out of creativity. Which is, there is no shortage of creativity, so that's not possible. So it's definitely something with the decision makers over there. But when you look at how they started and then where they are now, and maybe there's just a shift, towards Disney animated films, where Encanto came out a couple of years ago and was such a huge hit, and I'm sure they have others on the horizon. So I don't know. It just seems like Pixar has lost its way a little bit. Again, this is a very, very brief teaser that barely introduces us to the characters and the world that this is set in, but still just kind of gives off those vibes that, if this movie is doesn't have an incredible story, then it's gonna be, tired and old, and I doubt we'll do well,
And who knows? We may be back here in June reviewing this movie and loving it, but
Yeah.
not from this trailer. We're just judging by the trailer. Like I said, it looked pretty, but was she just walking down a subway? That's it. That's all we saw, right?
Yeah.
When she met Wade.
Yeah.
And I do feel like what it's going to be, it's, not that it's interracial because they're inter-elemental. It's like opposites attract, like water and fire.
Yeah.
And I guess we're going to build into that. And on the bright side, it can't be any worse than movies like You People. So.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, yeah, definitely. And if it is that, I mean, it's just a little bit too heavy-handed. But we'll see. We will see. This is definitely one that I will not run out to see. I will wait to hear kind of what's being said about it, how it's received, and then even still, I'll probably just stream it.
You never know. It might be the next Finding Nemo.
That would be something.
Yeah.
The next Finding Nemo came out. It was called Finding Dory, and I loved it. It was good.
It was. Oh, are you excited, by the way, for Toy Story 5?
No.
It was announced. It was announced.
It should have ended after 3.
It should have ended after 3. Before have you seen 4, right?
Yeah, I didn't like 4.
You didn't like 4? 4 wasn't bad.
Nah, the only thing I liked about 4 was I liked 2 things about 4. Well, first it was beautiful. Like it was one of the most beautiful animated movies. I liked the little spoon. Forky. Yeah, I liked Forky, and I liked Keanu Reeves' character, which was the motorcycle daredevil guy.
Was it like Mitch Kaboom or something?
Yeah. But that was it, man. I did not like that movie. I only saw it once, and I've never seen it again. Have no interest. Should have ended after 3.
As there's a saying in French, to each their own.
Well, and then there's going to be like another Buzz Lightyear sequel or something like that,
No,
or
it can't be.
prequel. Yeah, I was reading something the other day about it. With I think Tim Allen's coming back or something.
Oh, you know what? You sold me. I was like, a sequel to that, the bad one, or if Tim
Yeah.
Allen's doing it.
Yeah, I think that's what I saw, or he was making a comment about it. I don't remember exactly.
That's my buzz right there.
Yeah, for sure. All right, and last but not least, you have for us Scream 6.
Who knew they made it to 6 already?
Dude, I thought we were at 4 still. But yeah, Scream 6. How many of these have you seen, Kevin?
Of the Screams?
Yeah.
2?
1 and 2?
I've seen 1 and 2.
So let me ask you, because when I saw that you had chosen this, this came to my mind. I was pretty young when the first Scream came out, and for some reason I wasn't into horror movies back then when I was a kid. I was probably, let's say, give or take, around 12 maybe when this came out. I could probably look it up and tell you exactly.
Well, when the first Scream came out?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was around 1995, 97, something like that.
Okay. But I do remember watching it on video. We rented it from Blockbuster. And I don't remember that experience as much. Like I guess it was okay. Like at the time, like, but I know how much I do remember just how much hype was around it, and what a giant splash it was. So I wanted to ask you, like, why was this movie, whether you have some sort of a factual observation or just your thoughts on it, but why did this movie have such a huge impact when it came out?
Because back then, before it came out, like we had the Jasons and the Freddys, they were just slasher flicks. They were gory. When Scream came out, it brought it more to like the more modern age, because like the writing was more quirky, the talking, the characters were more relatable. It wasn't at some camp. It was, for lack of a better term, this was our guy. Because Freddy and Jason had existed from like the 70s and 80s, and those weren't ours. This was ours. But not only what people liked about it is that it commented in like the meta of it, where they were talking about the people knew about scary movies. Oh, these are the rules of scary movies. You don't do this, you don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And they were commenting on it as the movie's going on and things are happening like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just such a refreshing take on it, which of course eventually they bring it out and beat it to death,
Yeah.
five times, but it was really fresh. And then not only that, it's the twist ending, and we're gonna spoil it because it's been like 20-something years. The fact when you watch it, and I just watched it for the first time with the girls on Halloween because they really wanted to watch something, so we watched the first one. And the twist where it's not one killer, it's two killers, and you're like, oh wow, it goes back to the original Jason, Nightmare on Elm Street wasn't Jason, it was his mom, or Psycho, and like, oh, it's really the Perkins and all that stuff. So it was a nice twist. Plus, it was just more modern. It was more fun and engaging.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't just oh, okay, this guy's killing us in our nightmares. Ooh, how gross can it be? Or this guy in a mask is just slaughtering people.
Yeah.
It was more fun. It was more inventive. It was more engaging.
Mm-hmm.
Especially at that time, like Buffy the Vampire Slayer was popular, and all these other like quirky teen stuff. So this was more quirky with their dialogue and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember all of that when I was watching it with the girls. Just like, oh man, it all flashed back to me when I was watching it with them. What you were saying?
Yeah. So it broke the mold.
Yeah.
And then more movies followed, right?
Yeah,
Then I remember
that,
the other big one was I Know What You Did Last Summer.
And the original cast is coming back for another one of those.
Really?
Yeah, it was
Jennifer Love Hewitt?
Jennifer Love Hewitt, Freddie Prinze, well, all the ones who survived, yes.
You had me at Jennifer Love Hewitt.
I know. Love her.
But yeah, I do remember that being a really big deal, like the rules. I guess, but I just like I was old enough to perceive like why it was getting attention, but just not the context of like this being a new direction for horror movies, because of the way it was done, um, which makes a lot of sense, as I hear you describe it. And then, yeah, the twist at the end. I remember being really puzzled when I saw the first one because Drew Barrymore was the only person I knew in it, and she
Huh.
dies in the first 2 minutes.
And they made a big deal about that when it came out that she was the most famous person,
Yeah.
and they literally she was in the first 5 minutes, and the whole like all the trailers leading up to it made her seem like she was such an important part because that was cut through all the trailers. So that also throws you it threw you for a loop. Like, whoa, they just killed her. Now anyone goes.
We're such a meta uh, podcast. Here we are talking about trailers, talking about the impact of trailers 20 something years ago.
Yeah,
We couldn't have written it any better.
that's how we do.
But yeah, I mean, I'm interested because Courtney Cox is still appearing in these, and she looks very, very different. For a moment, I thought she was the mask wearing guy, but somehow they've maintained this thread, where it's definitely different guys or whatever. I haven't watched. I think I've only seen the first one, really. I've seen bits and pieces of the second one.
Like
But
2 was okay. I read about 3, and that made me refuse to watch it because I was like, I'm not gonna watch this.
yeah, and is it Wes Craven that he did the first one?
He did the first one.
Yeah.
Yes, he might have done the second one. I'm not sure on that one, but
Okay.
yeah, that's he had a little cameo in it in his Freddy shirt.
Okay. All right. So here we are.
And I did hear really good things about this, and I have not seen any bit of this trailer.
Mhm.
So I was like, all right, you know what? This is what we can do if we're gonna watch some trailers.
When does it come out, Kevin?
That's a fine question for people who have been prepared. But I do know Jenna Ortega's in this, and
That's right.
I have become a huge fan of hers recently because Wednesday, fantastic. Oh, for the record, this comes out this Friday, March 10th.
This Friday, a March release.
March 10th.
Interesting. Okay.
Or a second March release. I didn't realize it was going to be so soon.
All right. Well, as soon as you edit this episode, we'll be able to post it. So maybe we'll post it by the 10th.
All right. Here we go. Open.
All right. Clicking on it. Okay.
Okay.
Well, I'm calling it right now. Oh, goodness.
Are you okay? I need to get out.
It's happened every time. That movie is going to make a crap load of money.
Yeah.
I'm calling it right now. It's probably not the most risky call, but it just has. It looks good.
Curiously, though, I don't understand why it's coming out March 10th and not like in October.
Well, I'll tell you for one, it's probably because nothing else is coming out in March 10th. So well, I'll tell you what is possible too, because it's the fact that is it Jenny or Jenna?
Jenna Ortega.
Yeah, the fact that she's in it, I wouldn't be surprised if that was a motivation to push it up, because she's super popular right now because of Wednesday. So that combined with the fact that, bro, nothing else is coming out right now, this movie is gonna make a crap load of money.
Like, I feel like they're more lucky that she got, because I feel like the date was set for a while. You know what I mean?
Oh, it's possible. I mean, it could have gotten lucky, but I personally believe that it got bumped up.
True.
But dude, it looks awesome.
It looks creepy. In a good way.
My wife likes scary movies. We haven't been to the theater in a while, This might be a good one to go check out.
She does? I would have
For
never
Dana.
pegged her for a scary movie person.
Oh yeah, she loves scary movies. But yeah, right. This is a good trailer too. Right off the bat, again, I guess it's hard for me to say because I've only watched the first one, but it seems like they highlighted at the beginning. Like I don't think this dude usually picks up shotguns. And also, bro, did you see how quickly he reacted when that guy shot him with the shotgun?
Yeah, I was like, dude, that guy's got some reflexes on him.
Yeah. And also just the fact that it's set in New York City and he's like in such public spaces, like killing people. That's, at least from the first one, really different.
What I did like was that mask looks like it's worn.
Mm-hmm.
Like all the other ones you saw look brand new, but
Yeah.
this mask looks like maybe he took it off the original killers or something.
Yeah, that seems like what they're going for. And then Hayden Panettiere, how do you say her last name?
Panettiere? Yeah.
Panettiere.
Yeah.
Haven't seen her in a while.
I will say this because we haven't watched it, and I haven't watched, but I've read. She was either in Scream 4 or it's the Scream the TV series.
It sounded like it because she said, right? She's like, I haven't seen this in a while or something like that. She said.
But I want to believe, and again, I would have to do more research. I think she was one of the killers, but she wasn't killed. She was arrested.
Oh.
And I know the other girl, not Jenna, but the other girl they were showing with the black hair. I want to believe she's from Part 5.
Oh, okay.
Because I know Nev Campbell wasn't coming back, so I think it was the other girl was her who they were following now.
Okay, well, if David Arquette is not in it, it's not a true Scream.
Well, he can't be in it.
Why? Is he dead?
I don't. Spoiler alert.
David Arquette died?
I believe, and again, I haven't seen it, but I believe he dies in the last one, Part 5.
Oh, his character.
No, yeah,
not. Good Lord! I thought you were saying that David Arquette had died.
I can see why we went down that wrong avenue.
Yeah, so, yes. Totally.
My bad. No, his character Dewey, I believe, got killed in the last movie.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah,
I can breathe again.
Okay.
But yeah, man, I would definitely see. All right, so the good thing is that this does seem like, just like you were saying, how when the first one came out, it was a new generation's horror movie. This kind of seems like it might be aiming to make the same leap. So that would lead me to believe that it's okay to watch this without having seen any of the other ones, because I don't think I would go back to watch those other ones.
Well, I will tell you this, because I saw Hayden and then I saw, the other girls, like, I would want to watch them just so I could see who they are before they get killed.
You could just read about it, like on Wikipedia or something.
And I do. Oh, I was gonna tell you, the creepy part was when that guy was talking to Gail, and he's like, and then whoever's in the background just gets snatched up. So I was like, ooh. It also makes me believe it's not gonna be one killer. It's gonna be like a group. It's like a cult.
Yeah, maybe it's gonna be a cult of anti-vaxxers.
Those bastards.
Right wing crazies.
I thought it was gonna be vaxxers just going around with stabbing people with needles. I got you.
Take the jab. It should be a Fauci mask.
Dude, can you imagine they just had a Fauci, like how Michael Myers was a Kirk mask painted white? Just a Fauci mask painted like some color.
We can write that horror movie.
Just you break it, stitch it across the face. Oh, it'd be great.
That would be terrifying. If it was like the Michael Myers mask, where it's like old and faded, or it was like unfinished, but it was like the little troll that is Fauci.
Yeah,
that would be horrifying.
And it's not even form fitting; it's all loose.
All right. Well, that is our trailers. We watched 4 of them. 2 which I don't know if you planned it this way, but 2 which we really adored in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem, John Wick Chapter 4, and then 2 that we have a lot of trepidation. Oh no, 1 that we have a
I
lot of
was like, whoa,
trepidation
we
about.
just talked
Sorry.
good about
Sorry, I take that all back. Elemental is probably going to be a no, but Scream 6 was really good, exciting. Yeah.
I did try to set the table with a nice bountiful like mix.
Yeah. Yeah, well, this was fun. We'll definitely have to make note of some other trailers and maybe do this again soon.
Maybe in April. Just
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Once a month.
It seems
That's
fun.
good. Okay. Maybe
Hopefully Marc can join us.
Hopefully Marc can join us. We miss the big guy. All right.
He's better things to do, apparently. I'm just kidding.
All right. Well, yeah, we hope that you enjoyed this. If you enjoyed this and it's your first time checking out the podcast, go to our Instagram page at we_like_movies_podcast. Our YouTube page, which is we like movies sometimes, or our a website, which is we like movies.
Write the whole essay out. Let's go.
We like movies.org.wordpress. What? Hold on. We like movies.org.wordpress.com. And then also, yeah, I mean, if you're listening to this, I don't have to tell you where to find us, but definitely share us, comment, like, subscribe, follow. Let us know if there's trailers that you want us to check out, or movies that you want us to review, or if you think that we're idiots for the opinions that we have. That's okay too, but engage with us and be part of our little movie family. Right, Kevin?
We love movies, and we love all of you out there listening.
All right. Yeah, we do. All right. With that, we say good night. We will see you next time.
See you at the theater.